Well, good morning and Happy New Year. I'd like to thank you for that introduction. It was very warm, and you're welcome as well. And Dr. Matthews, your inspirations, I know your prayers are good. I know they're good. Dr. Matthews is my pastor, and he came up to me the other day and said, "I'm going to pray for you Monday." And I said, "I hope it's every day you pray for me." But thank you for being here. And Nicole, I'm sorry. I can't do that. Thank you for being here as well. Before I get into the issues, I need to stop for just a moment, as the Reverend mentioned, and thank my wife, Annette, for being here today. As most of you know, this past couple of years have been a little challenging for her and myself and my family. We listened for God's nudges as to what direction we should take as we entered the re-election campaign last year. And that nudge was for us to move forward for re-election chairman of the Cobb County Board of Commissioners. That meant an incredible amount of sacrifice for my wife and for my family. And although she would probably have wished that I had taken a different course, when we prayerfully considered our future, we both concluded that for this county, this needed to be our first step. This needed to be where we went. She loves this county as much, if not more, than I do. And it's because of that love for this community and the hopes that it will continue to be strong for our children and grandchildren, she said, yes, let's pursue re-election. It's taken a great toll on her. She stood by me. She's loved me. She's cared for me. She's supported me. And yes, she makes me stand up every Saturday morning and do my honey-do list before anything else related to the county. So, Annette, if you would please stand and be recognized. I'd like to take this opportunity also to formally introduce to you my Board of Commissioners and thank them for being here as well. The Commissioners, I'd ask for you to please stand as I introduce you, but if you would hold your applause until they're all standing, I would appreciate that. We have Commissioner Helen Gorham, Commissioner Bob Ott, Commissioner Joanne Burrow, and newly elected Commissioner Lisa Cupid. Let's thank them for their service. I'd also like to introduce, for those that may not know him, probably those folks that have moved into the county in the last 2 weeks, but Mr. Hankerson, our county manager, his agency directors, department heads, and staff, would you please stand and be recognized? And thank you for being here. With us this morning is a new member of our leadership team, Jackie McMorris, who is our Public Services Director. Jackie? Jack Forsythe, our new Public Safety Director, could not be with us today, but I am certain and aware that they're both eager to jump in and do their part for our Cobb County family. And as you saw, there are many mayors and council members and aldermen here. Folks, I have to tell you this, and the mayors know this, and the aldermen and council people know this. The relationship between the county and the city officials and our staffs have never been better than they are today. I truly, truly appreciate their support and their friendship as we work together to move Cobb forward. You also notice there are many Cobb elected officials here as well. I cannot tell you how much I appreciate the openness and spirit of cooperation that I have received these past 2 years from these folks. We have worked together to improve communication and the flow of information. And as you will see in a few moments, It is with their help and their cooperation that we are able to report the results I will outline shortly. Chairman David Austin, appreciate you being here for my friends up in Paulding County. And last but not least, Millie Rogers. Millie is my assistant. She keeps my office running smoothly, effectively, and efficiently. And KSU, Kennesaw State University, is doing their part this year as well. They're providing me with an international conflict management PhD intern to help me in the next few months. Brad, if you would, please stand up. Thank you. And thank you to the Cobb County Chamber of Commerce for the opportunity to present this state of the county. And Nicole, thank you to Georgia Power for sponsoring today's breakfast. As I began to collect my thoughts as to what I thought you might want to hear about the state of Cobb County government in 2012, I stopped by first asking myself, what would I want to hear? I concluded that what I'd want to hear is how did we do coming out of the difficult years we had leading up to 2012? What's the plan for the future? I also concluded that I would want an understanding of our vision, our direction, and our decision making. I would expect certainty in our course so that you could set aside any concerns you may have about Cobb County government and get on about your business. This is hopefully what I'm going to provide without putting you to sleep. First, the recap of 2012. Overall, 2012 was a very good year for Cobb County government. Once again this year, the more than 4,200 employees who make up Cobb County government did a phenomenal job executing their responsibilities. They delivered beyond expectations and with many significant accomplishments. We have the highest level of committed government employees in the nation, and I appreciate each and every one of you. Some accomplishments were as follows. We finished the Powder Springs Station Senior Center this past August. It includes a full-service senior clinic and wellness center, a joint effort with Wellstar, and thank you to Wellstar for their commitment. Cobb County DOT continues to work towards completing the 2005 SPLOST. DOT has started 96% of the projects and completed construction on 93% of the 310 projects. For the 2011 SPLOST, as a county, we have already started 45% of all the projects and are ahead of schedule and under budget. Our information services staff has developed new geographic information system mobile maps for obtaining parcel and zoning information. Currently available on the web, this information is now accessible using smartphones and tablets. This should make it easier for homeowners and real estate professionals to easily look up information about a property from anywhere the internet is available. And speaking of the web, we understand how important it is to maintain public trust, to be transparent and open in all our dealings. To that end, we are committed to letting the sunshine in on everything we do. An example of that, for the second year in a row, Cobb County has won the Sunny Award for open government on the web, and we are well on our way for winning again in 2013. Additionally, our county was one of the very first in Georgia to appoint open records custodians as part of the state's new open records law. And in the spirit of communication, all commissioners now have weekly email newsletters. And when combined with the county weekly newsletter, we reach over 40,000 inboxes each week. We have made significant improvements to McCollum Field to include design of taxiway and apron taxi lane connection. Construction is likely this fall. And construction on the 100,000 square foot corporate hangar has recently been completed, and we look forward to the customs office opening this fall. The park's recreational and cultural affairs SPLOST programs included completion of major improvements to Mountain View Aquatic Center with the installation of the state-of-the-art system to address air quality issues, as well as other important repairs and improvements. The police department finished replacing all in-car camera systems, which allow for more efficient recording, transmission, and storage of video, as well as enhanced communication with the judicial system. To provide even further convenience for Cobb County water customers, the instant payment option is now available via the water system webpage. Additional accomplishments and more details on these can be found on the material at your table or our website. In 2012, we continued to make the very tough decisions regarding the best ways to maintain our county assets and continue to deliver excellent services in the most cost-effective way possible. As I mentioned last year, during the past 20 years, Cobb County government has grown into a very significant organization and has earned and maintained a reputation for delivering more for less. We continue to have the best educational opportunities from pre-K to doctorate work, the best park facilities, the best senior programs, the best library system, the best court and jail system, the best roads network, the best up-to-date water infrastructure, and the best cultural arts community providing a wide range of arts facilities, programs, and entertainment. Time and time again, I hear what a pleasure and how easy it is to do business in Cobb County, a tribute to all Cobb County employees. And our conservative financial planning resulted in our affirmation of AAA ratings from all three agencies last June, now in our 15th consecutive year. Cobb County continues to have the lowest taxes and cost of doing business. We provide excellent water and wastewater management services at very competitive rates through a system that also has enjoyed one of the country's very few AAA bond ratings since 2001. As I mentioned last year, the strategy for development of the 2012 budget was to maintain reduced services at libraries, senior centers, and our parks. We were going to restore funding for public safety. We're going to hold health care cost levels. And we're going to eliminate furloughs for our employees, a Citizens Oversight Committee recommendation. And we accomplished this. We carried forward the budget reductions of 2011 wherever they were sustainable. And yes, we slightly raised our millage. But even with the slight increase, the adopted general fund 2012 budget was smaller than the 2011 budget, and the 2012 general fund operating accounts were smaller than what we actually spent in 2010. We also placed over $9.6 million in reserves to restore these accounts to pre-economic downturn levels. This included an increase in our economic reserve contingency as well. The bottom line is this: Cobb County, because of the serious decisions made in 2011 and 2012, has ended 2012 the strongest it has been in quite some time. Overall, revenues were up $1.7 million, primarily due to a better-than-expected tax digest and development revenues. And due to the good work and leadership of our county manager and our staff, our expenses are down $17.3 million across several areas to include unfilled vacancies, reduction in part-time hours, reduced transit and operational transfers, capital and debt savings, reduced health care expenditures, and not having to use monies that we set aside for unsustainables. We ended FY 2012 with a sustainable budget, a reasonable surplus, strong reserves, and quality services for the citizens and business of Cobb County. I believe for the long term we made the right decisions for this county to preserve its financial stability, to preserve its quality of life, and to keep our low-cost, best-in-class service in place that the citizens of this fine county expect. And I want to thank the members of the Board of Commissioners that supported that position. In September, we adopted the FY 2012 budget that carries forward this strong financial position. And again, I appreciate the commissioners that supported that budget strategy. Moving forward into 2013, my commitment to the community has been and always will be to lead and manage Cobb County government in the most conservative manner possible. This includes managing with a fiscally conservative budgeting philosophy, including cutting taxes wherever possible. So last month, the Cobb County Board of Commissioners supported a plan to reduce the general fund portion of property taxes over the next 5 years to pre-recession levels. We plan to reduce the millage 0.2 points each year beginning this year and for the next 4 years, then 1 point the 5th year. This plan obviously will be accelerated if circumstances improve better than we anticipated. We are cutting taxes. And we have always been committed to the citizens of Cobb that we would provide the finest in public safety. And by the way, when speaking of public safety, one includes the police, the sheriff's office, and the courts, it makes up 55% of our general fund. This past year, the police canine unit received a single-purpose explosives ordnance detection canine from the Georgia EMA to enhance bomb detection capabilities. In other words, we acquired a new, very smart dog. The canine unit also acquired 2 replacement dogs. EMA enhanced the Emergency Operations Center with new equipment and improvements, all designed to maintain a superior level of service to residents and business in the event of a crisis. The 911 Center made a $1.9 million upgrade to its computer-aided dispatch system, which is designed to improve dispatch handling of calls. Last year, we added 4 police officers with plans to add or fill 4 additional in 2013, which were previously unfunded. This past 2 years, we have added 33 additional firefighters, also previously unfunded, bringing this department to full strength to best serve the residents and business of Cobb and the surrounding community. The Sheriff's Office made renovations to the health care center at the detention center and completed a change to medical services that not only improved care but reduced costs as well. Moving into 2013, we will continue to be committed to public safety at all levels to ensure citizens and visitors feel safe in all corners of Cobb County. Our new district attorney, Vic Reynolds. Vic, you were here. Thank you. Vic and I have already met to discuss the launch of 2 new initiatives, one an elder abuse task force and an enhanced gang task force. Working with related law enforcement and agencies, we will aggressively address these 2 critical areas that, if left unattended, will have a very negative effect on our community and its success. I'd like to take a moment and ask our law enforcement, our first responders, and our public safety personnel to stand and be recognized at this point. As chairman of Cobb County, I have said from the very beginning that one of my primary focus areas would be economic development. I have kept that focus because it means jobs and investment in our county and our 6 cities. The strategic partnership that we have together with the State Department of Economic Development, our county, each of our 6 cities, the Chamber of Commerce, and many others has proven to be effective in retaining jobs, recruiting new jobs, and investments in Cobb County. I'm very pleased at the teamwork and the communication between all of these entities to better serve all of our citizens. From this teamwork, as mentioned earlier, we have brought in 19 new business announcements, more than 1,700 jobs, and investments of over $54 million just last year. These successes include Gas South, Home Depot, Paramac, Assurant, just to name a few. In the Cobb County Community Competitive Edge, the Cobb County Community Competitive Edge has also made great strides this year under the leadership of Ken Menefee and Dan Stife, and I look forward to its formal launch later this quarter. This program, EDGE, is the most important initiative we, as a community, can take on in 2013. It is imperative that we all take part in its execution and its success. It is vitally important to the long-term success of our great county. It will take teamwork in order for us to be successful in this area. And I want to personally thank each and every one of you for making economic development a priority for Cobb County. In these competitive times, in this economy, projects just don't land on our community by chance. It happens because we work together. We have a great community product, and we need to keep our product competitive in order to continue our success. So I am committed to doing our part to assure Cobb County is the most competitive county in the region and in the country. To that end, we will do whatever it takes to keep Cobb County in its leadership position. We have the lowest millage rate in Metro Atlanta. We have the smallest government budget, the lowest sales tax rate, very competitive water rates, and all delivered with the fewest number of employees. Another important part of economic development is redevelopment. And in 2013, Cobb County will continue to bring new ideas to the table to address redevelopment in our community. We must work together to lift the entire community and address the more distressed areas of Cobb County that make us vulnerable for failure on so many levels. Our citizens have said solving our transportation problems is a high priority. Identifying solutions is also imperative for economic growth. This year, Cobb DOT, along with our 6 cities, will initiate the 5-year update of our countywide comprehensive transportation plan. The 18-month planning process will focus on supporting economic development and identifying appropriate land use in critical areas, while providing the solutions for Cobb's existing and future transportation needs. I truly believe Cobb County is still and will continue to be the best place to live, work, play, and earn a world-class education. And one last note as I close. We all know times have been hard, and still are for some folks. All of us are working harder and longer than we ever had planned to. But we do this because we believe. We believe that the best days for us, our children, in our community are ahead of us. Moving forward in 2013, I commit to each of you that Cobb County government will do its best to help all of us move forward. We plan to move forward with renewed energy, strategic planning, commitment to excellence, thinking outside the norm, and we're going to remove our rear view mirrors. No longer are we going to be looking forward by looking back to where we were, what it used to be like, what it should have been, what it could have been. We are moving forward with a singular vision for excellence. We will focus on what we can control and be prepared for that which we cannot. Only forward vision for Cobb County. With God's grace, a commitment to excellence, we will continue to be the best county in this great country. God bless you, and thank you for your time and allowing me to serve.